So it's nice to see you all here. So I hope all of you are doing well and stay safe. So all are welcome to our most awaited first webinar session. Before starting the session, I cordially invite our association president, Sandaru Dahanaka, to address you all. So it's up to you, Sandaru.
Thank you, Dilakshi. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I like to take this opportunity to welcome our guest speaker, Professor Ruvan Abeysekara, and also the other lecturers and all who have participated in our monthly webinar session. As you on behalf of the ICTSA of the University of Sri Jayawardenepura, prior to the start of today's session, I would like to remark about our association. This program is the first effort of our newly formed association at the Department of ICT of the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, and also combining all the department students in order to better their academic and non-academic performance is a major reason of forming our association. So as a result, equipping them to serve the society and the university as a whole in the IT industry has become to the primary purpose of our association. When we're going to achieve these goals, we have to complete a long journey. So today, we are going to take the first step in the direction with this webinar. Then also, I'll be much thankful to if you could be with us till the end of this session. So I'm going to stop now until we meet again with more and more programs by the hand of ICTSA. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Sandaru. So now, without further delay, let me introduce today's guest speaker, Professor Ruvan Abeysekara, Professor of Computer Science, Dean of the ESOP Metro Campus Private Limited. On behalf of the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, we are warmly welcome you, sir, to share your brilliant knowledge with us today. So I am sure all the participants will be able to get a clear idea about how to conduct a session as an IT undergraduate. Before that, I would like to remind you all the participants, if you have any questions, feel free to send us your questions via the chat box, and they were direct to the speaker at the Q&A session, which will be conducted in the latter part of the today's session. And also, we will collect your responses at the end of the session. So it's all over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you all. Okay, we'll start. Good morning another time. Today, the is how to conduct research as an IT undergraduate. As I know that you are from a different discipline and you are getting a challenge and doing a different specialization. But I think that is a very good combination and very good approach. So, and at the same time, you are a brilliant set of people who can do research in IT. So with those, we'll start how to conduct research as an IT undergraduate. Now, when we consider what we are going to discuss today, we are going to get an understanding about what is a research and the importance of research and the reasons to do a research and the definition of research, problems with research and research process, and do we need ethical consideration and why we need and skills needed for research, and start how to try to start a research by ourselves. That is what we are going to do today. So, an open question: what is research? Now, you have heard this word, this buzzword, research, and sometimes different people say, I have done a research, and based on a research, I am talking like this, and need to do a research to get an idea. Likewise, the word research is using in different places in different. Sometimes it is used properly, and it is used in a efficient and effective and appropriate manner, but sometimes not. Now, it is time for us to get an understanding about what is research. So we'll see a small video. We'll go through a small video and see.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Yes, tell me.
Sir, we can.
Sorry.
Sir, we cannot hear the sound of the video. It is not audible.
Anyway, it's just only a music. If it is not audible, don't worry. It's just only a music, background music. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Maybe with Zoom, sometimes the audio is not transferring with videos, but it's just background music, right? All the things are written in the video. Okay. Right. So now it's a video, and the background music only were there. Don't worry about nothing was there with voice. So all the things written on the video, but anyway, that is about the whole process of doing a research. So just to get an idea about what is the whole thing, maybe you cannot grasp many things from that, but that is what we are going to discuss. Now, when it comes to research, there should be a researcher who is doing the research. Now, in this case, you are the people who are going to do research. So you are trying to do a research. So you are a researcher, and you are going to do a research. So a researcher mostly asks questions and collect data, and maybe the researcher indicates how the data answer the question. So let's move further and see meaning of research. Now, when it comes to research, if you ask from professor, what is a research? Definitely, he or she will tell a research is finding a new knowledge, or research is finding new knowledge. So ultimately, we should need to find the new knowledge after doing a research. And when it comes to research, there are many levels of research also can be found. Maybe school children, they are doing research. Maybe your family member doing a research. Maybe a scientist doing a research. Maybe a medical doctor doing a research. A university student doing a research. A master's level university student maybe doing a research, and at the same time a Ph.D. Student or a professor doing a research. All are research, but different levels and different depths of research. A systematic process of investigation to find new knowledge is called a research. So finding a new knowledge, in the process of finding a new knowledge, there should be a systematic process, the methodical way of doing it. Then we get another question. What is new knowledge? What is new knowledge? So new knowledge means we have knowledge as humans, as a community, as citizens of a country, as a group of students in a university, we have knowledge. As an academia, we have knowledge, but we can top up, or we can have extra, we can have additional knowledge. So the thing we are going to add to the academia, or the knowledge available, is new knowledge. An addition to existing knowledge is called new knowledge. So then the problem is how to find existing knowledge. Whether we have now, when we are trying to do a research, maybe we think we need to find new and to identify what is more or what is new, we need to know what we have. So for that, how to find existing knowledge, we have something called literature review. That is what we call the literature review. And before we move further, we'll get a simple example and see. So let's say next week I need to buy a new mobile phone because my phone is lost. I'm planning to buy a new mobile phone. So to buy a mobile phone, I need to select best one, best phone for my budget. I know my budget, and I need to buy a new mobile. So to do that, what we do first, maybe we have some idea about the phone, the size of the screen of the phone, then the processor of the phone, the processing speed of the phone, and maybe the memory capacity, RAM and ROM of the phone, maybe the brand and the model. Also, we have some idea. So with those, what we'll do, we try to find a friend who is using a similar kind of phone and ask questions about whether this phone is good and what is the duration of your experience of having this phone, and maybe what features you have, what features you like. Likewise, you may ask questions about the phone from a friend who is using that same type of phone, same model. Then maybe you are searching through Google or surfing through the internet and find the details, information about the phone, the phone you are thinking, or maybe different phones in this specifications. And when you select some phones, you may find in-depth of specifications, and maybe you are comparing and contrasting different phones in this range for the technical specifications and the budget or the cost. So likewise, you may do different comparing and contrasting and analyzing about the expected product through the internet. Then the next thing, maybe you may visit to shops, shopping malls, and showrooms displayed the same type of phone or the same range of the phone. To collect data, you are trying to experience the use of that same. Likewise, you're collecting the data information from different sources, from the people, from the internet, and the literature published, and by your experience. You collect data. You collect data and analyze that whether the phone or whether my expectation is fulfilled with this type of phone, with this model. Based on what you have found, to you, it's a new knowledge. It's a new knowledge to you. Now you had one, or you had something with you, and it stopped up, and based on the new knowledge you found through different sources, you can get a decision whether you are going to buy this or no. So that is a kind of a research. That is a kind of research, but we cannot say it's a state-of-art research for a PhD thesis. No, but it's a research. So research may be in different levels, in different ways, and different scope. So that is research. And here, what is literature review? What is literature review? Let's say now you are going to find out methodologies or new trends of machine learning. New trends of machine learning available for IoT applications. Let's say new trends of machine learning applications available for IoT or IoT. So for that, you should need to you are going to do a research or you are going to try to you are trying to find new knowledge. For that, you need to see what is available around the world. So for that, you should have to read books related to the topic. You should have to read journals, research journals, and research papers on research journals. And you need to read we call the research conference proceedings, and maybe the electronic articles in the internet. So you are reading those and review those and get an idea about the existing knowledge about the machine learning applications on IoT. So then you know what is available, and then you know what you should have to talk about or what should need to be addressed as new knowledge for that. Then you can define research on that. So that is something about research, and that is what research. So you have, I guess now you have some idea about a research. So what is a research? It's a process, but it's not merely the output, not just only the output. It's a process. Now let's say I'll give you one example about process and output. Maybe you all know about SLS, Sri Lanka standard, and we know that we can see products with SLS, and we tend to buy products with SLS. And we know that something called ISO. We know that something called ISO certification and ISO. That is also something for quality assurance. So let's see the difference when it comes to a soap. We have soap with SLS. Now it's a hot topic these days, soap, and it's anyway fast moving, and people trying to buy soap as much as possible. So, but not that anyway. The soap SLS. If we have SLS for a soap, means final outcome, ultimate product is test against the specification given for a soap, and if it is there, so if it is there, the specific if it is according to the specification, yes, the SLS certificate is given. So it's up to the SLS for the final product. For the final product, SLS is given. Then when it comes to that is also quality assurance system, quality standard, and ISO is also a quality assurance, and it has different numbers. ISO 2000, ISO 14,000, ISO 24,000. Likewise, there are many different numbers also there. And in ISO system, they are not only audit or test the final product. They are responsible for the process also. They are responsible for the process also. They are looking about how this product is made. from the start to from the inception to the end. They are looking and they are auditing whether this standard or whether the specification, whether how defined is conducted. So that is what we call process. Process is audited and given the final result, or if the process and the final outcome both are up to the standard, ISO certificate is given. So it's like maybe you have heard about this story. I'll tell that in Sinhala, maybe you all can understand Sinhala, because if I tell a story in English, that if I tell that story in English, maybe you cannot understand. ඔගොල්ලෝ අහලා ඇති අර රජතුමාගේ කාලේ සුදු හකුරු කතා. රජතුමාගේ මාලිගාවට හකුරු හදන මිනිස්සයා ගෙනල්ලා දෙනවා සුදු හකුරු. එතකොට මේ හකුරු ගෙනල්ලා දෙනවා මේ හකුරු සුදුයි. ඉතින් මේ රජතුමාටත් හරිම පුදුමයි මේ හකුරු හැබැයි හරිම රසයි මේ හකුරු හදන එකක්ද මේ වගේ සුදු විදියට හකුරු හදන්නේ කොහොමද කියන එක ගැන හරිම කුතුහලයක්. ඉතින් මේ රජතුමා අහනවා හකුරු හදන මිනිස්සයාගෙන් මේ කොහොමද මේ හකුරු හදන්නේ? මේ විදියට සුදු පාටට එන්න හකුරු හදන්නේ කොහොමද? මේ හකුරු හරිම මේ රසවත්, ඒ වගේම මේ හරිම ලස්සනයි. ඉතින් හකුරු හදන මිනිස්සයා ඇවිල්ලා කියනවා මේ රජතුමනි මේ හකුරු හදන්න හරිම වෙනස් ක්‍රමයක් තියෙනවා. මම මේ උඩට උඩුවියන් ඇදලා පහළට පාවියන් දාලා රත්තරන් තාච්චියක රත්තරන් හැන්දෙන් හැඳි ගාලා රත්තරන් පොල් කටු වලට දාලා තමයි මේ හකුරු හදන්නේ. රජතුමාත් හරිම සන්තෝෂයි මට හකුරු හදන මිනිස්සයා මේ වගේ කියාරින් එකක් කරලා මේ වගේ විදියට හිතලා මේ වගේ වටිනා විදියට මේ හදන හකුරු හොඳයි කියලා මේ රජතුමා හරි සතුටින් ඉන්නවා. එක දවසක් අද වීථි සංචාරය කරද්දී රජතුමා දකිනවා මේ හකුරු හදන මිනිස්සයාගේ ගෙවල් තියෙනවා. මේ රජතුමාට හිතෙනවා මේ අර හකුරු හදන මිනිස්සයා මෙහෙම කිව්වන්නේ මේ හකුරු හදන හැටි බලලා ගියා නම් හොඳයි කියලා යනවා හකුරු හදන හැටි බලන්න. ඒකට හකුරු හදන හැටි බලන්න ගියාම මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? මේ ආඩිය පෙරාගෙන මේ එකට තර දාගෙන මේ තාච්චියක දාගෙන මේ පොල් කටු ගන්නේ පොල් කටු වලට හකුරු පක් කරනවා. මේ කරලා තමයි හකුරු හදන්නේ. ඒක තමයි දකින්නේ. ඉතින් මේ ඒක ඇවිල්ලා මේ process එක ultimate outcome is good, but the process is whatever the things explained is not there. So anyway, what I try to express is here in research we are not only consider the final outcome. Final outcome is something very small thing, but the process is very, very important. It's a process. A research is a process. Whatever the things we define, however or whatever we define, that should have to be. It's a process, not only. It's not SLS, it's IS. The way we are evaluating for IS, so that is what that you should have to remember. So when you are doing a research for your final project, or maybe you have maybe in final year or year before, you may need to have a research project. In that, don't think about the final outcome. Maybe the final outcome is deviated from whatever the expectation. Don't worry. That is a very small thing, but the process is very, very important. So that you should have to remember. Then the next thing is research is mostly solving unsolved problems. Maybe if you are doing that, ultimately you will get an invention, and if it is an invention, you can get a patent after research. And maybe you are not solving the whole problem, whole unsolved problem. Maybe you are solving a solved problem in a better way, different way. There is also research. Then integrate some known solution together. Maybe two solutions together and make one hybrid solution. That is also research. And revealing why something is better than others. Now, there may be different things, and maybe different products, different processes. You are trying to find out what is the best with some evidence. So that is also research. Discovering new knowledge, just as we explained before. Just only new knowledge, yes, that is also research. Inventing something, as previously also explained, maybe combining one or two or many and getting something hybrid and doing something in differently. Honda cars and Toyota cars, different things, maybe a new one, doing something in different way. And earlier also we had some idea about that and explaining why something happens. Some phenomena, maybe now we know that in science or in our there are many things, many discovered, not revealed, cannot explain. If you can explain, something from these lists. Some of the things can be fit into IT, ICT, or computing research. So not like many from the list can be put. So when you have an idea, think about what will fit into this, or what will fit into your research. So and proceed, and you can do a research. So if we go through some encyclopedias and dictionaries about the definition of research, there are many different types of many different definitions. If we go through Oxford Encyclopedia, it says the systematic investigation into and study of material sources, etc., in order to establish facts and reach new conclusions is a research, and endeavor to discover new, collate all facts, etc., by the scientific study of subjects or by a course of critical investigation is a research. And Leedy defined research as research is a procedure by which we attempt to find systematically and with the support of demonstrable facts and answer to a question, the solution of a problem. So anyway, now I guess you have an understanding about research, and there are definitions also. Definitions also fit with whatever the idea you have. And further, research is what we do when we have a question or a problem we want to solve, resolve. That is what I have explained. Like when we need to buy a mobile phone, we have a problem of selecting what. So we are doing a research. Not only you, maybe you are a family member, maybe a small person. Yes, maybe an old person. We are doing a research. We have done a research ever in our life. and maybe that is not very systematic and documented, but yes. You may already think we know the answer to a question already. We may think the answer is obvious, common sense even, but until we have subjected our problem to rigorous scientific scrutiny, our knowledge remains little more than guesswork or just intuition. So because of that, confirm knowledge as a knowledge. So for that, we need to do a research. First priority is to formulate your question. When we have to do a research, then figure out how you are going to answer for that question. How have others answered it before? So that is what we call the literature review. So we are trying to find out the existing knowledge or existing ways of doing this, similar systems, similar approaches to do something before. So that is what we call the literature review. How does your proposal fit in with what others have done it? So that also can be identified through this literature review. How others done this before and similar approaches, similar systems, how they have done it, and how will you know when you have answered it. So after doing the research, whether you have done it properly or not, to assess that, evaluation should have to be there. So how you are doing it, then you can present your answer for the academia through research paper even, and if the academia accept that with maybe questions, and if you can answer those questions and sharpen and polish it and produce it, yes, that is a good research. So the scientific method and actual method, when we are doing research, we can use mainly these two methods, the scientific method and the actual method. In the scientific method, now we can see a plant in our maybe the garden plant we can see, and we can see it blooms a flower in let's say in gold color. You can see a plant blooms a flower in gold color. It's strange, but it's natural. In the natural in nature, in our garden, we can see a plant and it blooms a gold color blossom. So we observe the natural phenomena and formulate hypothesis like we can say the plant X, or let's say this is a plant called chrysanthemum. Let's say the plant is plant variety is X. Plant variety is X. You can say the X variety of plant blooms a gold color blossom. It's an hypothesis. It's an hypothesis. So we can say all the X type or X variety of plants blooms gold color blossoms. And now we have an hypothesis. We can say the X variety of plants blooms gold color blossoms. Then we should have to test it, whether this is correct or wrong. Test hypothesis via rigorous experiments. We can have maybe the same variety of plants, maybe 10 numbers, and give the same conditions and see what is the output of what is the color of the blossom. If the blossom is gold color, yes, we can get some decision. Or maybe when we are trying to observe more, trying to test more, we can identify that the hypothesis is not properly done. Maybe the whatever the thing we have seen as a blossom is not a blossom. Then we should need to modify the hypothesis. We should need to modify the hypothesis. Maybe we can say there is the X variety of plant make not a blossom, but something as a blossom in gold. Likewise, maybe we need to modify. So that is also there. Modify the hypothesis and test it with a rigorous experiment. And based on the experiments established, based on repeated validation of the result, we can make a theory. So that is we call the scientific method of doing research. Mostly the scientific research, so the research comes under IT, computing, mostly comes under scientific. Then the actual method make up a theory based on what funding agency manager wants to be true. We think something, and then design minimum experiments that will suggest a theory is true. Then publish paper, rename theory hypothesis, and presented. You use the scientific method, and then if the theory should have to be modified to fit the data, yes, we do that and defend the theory, respect all evidence to the contrary. So if we get an example like maybe we can say based on the let's say the human resource turnover of X company is based on the salary given for a level of for each level of employees. So that is kind of theory. So that can be tested based on different data and different ways, and if that is true, then we can make a theory, or otherwise we should have to modify it. So that is in general in management and any other disciplines, mostly they are doing that type of research. So then mostly what will happen for us when we try to do a research, we think first we are trying to do a research on this topic, and when we do a literature, when we go through and find, when we go through refer literature, we can see that is already published. We go with one, yes, it's published. We go with another one, yes, it's published. Another one, yes, it's published. Mostly what will happen, all are published. I'll tell you a small thing. When I am doing my research for my Ph.D, my research is research was privacy preserving on how to preserve privacy in data mining environments, how to preserve privacy of individuals in data mining environment using hybrid algorithms. So that is what my research is. So to find or to come to that research, around 200 topics were rejected by my students. Around 200 topics. I'm going with one topic, and the supervisor is telling that look, search on these places, it's done, and maybe it's not up to the standard. Likewise, he is rejected. So mostly, when we try to go with the topic, yes, it's done. But in your case, you don't need to think at that level, because the thing is now I'm talking about the PhD level research in that case. But in your case, yes, maybe it's done before, but you can try to do it in a different way, maybe slight adjustments, maybe slight improvements, maybe thing is doing in a different way. So yes, you can. So in this cartoon, you can see the research is impossible. Latest journal issues. So when we go through the journal paper with the same title, you were going to give your thesis is published. Someone already did it. So that is natural. Don't worry. You should have to face for that condition. That is natural. So the importance of research. The importance of research. Research adds knowledge about issues and address gaps in knowledge, and expands the knowledge available, and adds voices of individuals to knowledge. So that is one advantage. Definitely, when go with the new knowledge, it does. Then research helps improve practice. So the way something is practicing, maybe research will improve. Research gain new ideas to do something different. Research gain new insights into methods, different methods, and gain new insights into people. Not only the methods, people, different levels of people. Maybe that is why you are also doing IT related degree. Even you have done your A levels in arts. So based on the research, insight into people, yes, that is a good approach and good outcome. As I remember, or I think this degree program was whatever the degree you are doing was introduced by Professor Karunaratna, and he was the vice chancellor. As I don't know whether I'm correct or wrong. That is what I know. So when I met Professor Karunaratna, he told that it was a challenge to introduce that with the mindset of people. But anyway, he had done that experience. That is what he told me. So when we worked together for something different. So anyway, yeah, I also think this is a good move, and you can do good things. So it's after research, it's insight into people. Then research informs policy debates. It helps people weigh different perspectives on issues, and it helps people make informed decisions regarding policy. So make new debates, policy debates, because introduce new policies in different ways, and they contradict each other, and come up with a new knowledge. So because of that, research is important. And it builds people's skills of research, like organizational skills, how you organize things, you improve yourself with organizational skills, and analytical skills, how you are going to analyze something, different ways of analyzing, different statistical models, different means of tools you are using. When it comes to statistics, you know that correlational analysis, CISCO analysis, then ANOVA, like as different, the frequency, the average, those are simple things, but anyway, means, deviation, like as analytical skills you are improving. Those are not only useful for your main mode of study, but for different things. Then writing skills, yes, you should have to present whatever the things you are going to find from research or research finding. You should have to publish. For that, you should have to improve your writing skills. Writing skills in different languages. Maybe you are doing research in Sri Lanka with Sinhala language with people, but you should have to move, or you should have to take this to international with English. You should have to improve your English writing skills, academic English writing skills, and publish something in international journal. So improve writing skills and presentation skills. When you have publish something in a journal, or when you submit a research to a conference, you can improve writing skills as well as the presentation skills, because you should need to present whatever the research you have done in a forum, in a research conference. And at the same time, the academia will ask questions to clarify themselves about whatever the things you are presenting, and you should need to have ability to answer the way convincing. So the presentation skills also for yourself. Yes, then who need research in the age of information? We are in the age of information. Who need this age of information? How find information? Yes, different ways, different means. Maybe small fellows, they try to find different means of grasp or gathering information, and whatever the information you gather, all are not correct. You should have to have an ability to evaluate whether this information is correct or up to the standard, or what level of purity is there for information. That is what we call evaluation of information, evaluating. If you just go to a website and copy or collect information and take those as the literature, take those as a fact for the research, that won't work, because all the information available everywhere are not up to the standard. Should need to, and report it clearly and accurate. When you have the information, should need to report it clearly. Maybe you have some information without the date. Without the date, useless. So need inaccurate and clear, and maybe the available information, maybe you should need to improve, and the information is money. You can make money with information. So this is the age of information. So because of that, you can make information by doing research, and the research is money. So the universities around the world, they make money by doing research. But here in Sri Lanka, there is a gray line in that gray area, but I have experience of working in different universities in different parts of the world. So some of the universities, they make money, especially when I am working in a department, in a faculty. If we are doing many research and we get more money, we can be like superheroes or in different level than others. So because we are making money out of research, so we can make money as university students. If you can have a research arm or research center, yeah, you can get outside research and do it inside and earn money for the university. So the one major part of the university is doing research and make money, but I don't know with the statutory requirements of state university how it works, but anyway, can make money as a team. Even you can make money by doing research. The problems with research today are like contradictory and vague findings, not fine and specific findings. The findings are vague. If the findings are vague, the usefulness of the information outcome of the research is useless. And questionable data, the outcome we can see, but we feel it is not what we expect, and it is it has a huge deviation. So then problem. Unclear statements about the intent of the study. The intent of the study, there is an intent of study. We are going to do this, but the statement for that is not clear. Why we have done this? No, not clear. Lack of full disclosure of the data collection process. So that is like this Suduhakuru Kata. So we have something ultimately, but we don't know what is the process. That is not clear. Inaccurate rendering of the research problem. So there is a research problem that formulated or rendered in a different way that the people can go through the mindset and the skill set of people. They bend whatever the things available, and it is articulate in a different way. Like this. Now, for that even we have a story that what we call the මැක්කා ගැන දන්නවා මොන පාරෙන් හරි මැක්කට තමයි ගියේ. එහෙම කරකවලා ඒකට ගේනවා. අපි දන්න ටිකට ගේනවා. මැක්කාගේ කතාව කියන්නේ ඒක මම කියන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. මම කතාව දන්නවා. So that is another thing. So those are the problems. So people try to go with their skill set and whatever the things they are finding and bend available. Research skills in the age of information. So one is how to find the right information. For that you need searching skills. So we need searching skills. How to evaluate it, whether the information found by searching is up to the standard or not. For that we need reviewing. We should need to have a review whether those are up to the standard or not. So that is reviewing skills. Then how to develop or improve it. So for that we need engineering or scientific skills. So to formulate the research, engineering or scientific skills. How to report it clearly and accurate, the writing skills. and how to make money out of it, you need these skills. So if you have all these, you can do a good research and you can sell it. The outcome, you can sell it. Even for your final research or research for your studies, if you plan it properly, you can earn money even. In one hand, you are fulfilling academic requirement of your course, and at the same time, in the other hand, you can sell it. So think about that when you are selecting a research. So the skills further, or whatever things you should have to have in your solve is like curiosity to solve puzzles. You should have to have curiosity. So when you see something, maybe you can see a box. Different person can see something inside. So, and you can see a wall of bricks. Someone can see a pattern in the wall. So, curiosity and the way of looking or seeing and observing, and lengthen your attention span. Lengthen the attention span. You can lengthen using the library and computer resources. The way of using the libraries. There are good libraries. I know that in your university also you have library. I also had chance to work there around for 5 months as a senior lecturer for the technology faculty. So I know that there is a good library. So you better try to find the library books related and try to research with books. Mostly the students, they are not very keen on these days, but in from library books also you can find many things, and computer resources and the internet, through that also you can find things. And writing and editing skills, not only writing, and to have a good presentation you need editing skills as. So you better improve these things before you start researching computing. Why do we do this? Why do we research? To solve a problem and maybe to discover knowledge and invent something, to get a patent, gain skill to do researches as students in an academic program, and interest in doing researches for maybe money or maybe fun, curious about something, and we have a curiosity about something. So to get something out of it, yes, we are doing career development. Researchers and lecturers, they are doing that for lecturers. That is anyway statutory requirement to do research, and you can do research as a business. Yes, market basket analysis, market research companies available, and to disprove and prove something. Contribute to research means looking to the future and playing an active part in its structure. So that you should have remembered. So then we'll move to the next stage or next step. That is about the stages of research. Stages of research. 3 phases we can identify. First phase is planning, then finding, then writing. In any research, we have these 3 steps: planning, finding and evaluating information, and writing. So we are going to practice something with the next couple of slides, because I know that you feel sleep and boring because I am talking and you are listening. Yes, it's boring. Anyway, we are going to do some activity with the next couple of slides. So the first part of research is planning. In planning, decide what information you need, prepare your search items, and get background information on the topic. That is planning. Then the second step is finding and evaluating, where we are going to find things, which databases, books, journals to use, and the final stage is writing the research. Where to start? Where we start the research? Identify the task set. The read the module description. Read what the assignment question given for you carefully, and what is being asked from you to do. So that is the first level. Then the second is different styles of academic writing. So because ultimately you have to produce something, so that production or the outcome should have to be something in writing. So the writing style, like whether it is descriptive writing or whether it is argumentative or analytical writing. So I'm not going to discuss these things in depth, because if I talk, it deviated from whatever the topic I have. But there are ways of doing this. And evaluative analytical writing and personal or draws on your own experience is another one. So in evaluative writing, what you should have to do, or what you are doing is comparing, contrasting, and evaluating significance, and making judgment and showing criteria of whatever things you have found, or what you are going to find is evaluative writing. And that is mostly you should have to do with this research. So that is why I just put that. And when it comes to evaluation of sources, you will need to locate sources, because now we know that in the ocean of information in the internet, you may search and find something, but maybe not relevant, and maybe not true, or maybe not up to the standard. So after locating the source, consider each source separately and assess the range of and the quality. Range is, what is it? Whether it gives you an answer, or whether it is relevant for your literature review, and whether it gives the whole thing or part of that, and the quality, how good it is and how appropriate it is. And based on that, you should have take. Where we should need to start by planning, you should have to start the research, and next you need to identify the questions or the topic, main area with the topic, and formulate keywords, list of synonyms. Why? So now let's get an example. Now we are going to we are trying to find out cryptocurrency, how the cryptocurrency can help us for Sri Lankan economy. That is a research question we have. Maybe we have a topic. We have a topic. How the cryptocurrency is going to help us for the Sri Lankan economy. So based on that, we may formulate keywords, maybe cryptocurrency, maybe cryptographic algorithms, maybe blockchain, different types of cryptocurrencies available, like, and should need to list synonyms about the topic and why we are going to do it. Then, if it is a group project, you can brainstorm. Even it is not a group project, you can discuss this with your peers and brainstorm, gather data you already know, your friends already know. Link these with other concepts together. So to do this, there are different approaches. Like you can write as a list style writing, ideas and they occur. You can write as a list, and or otherwise outline numerical alphabetical style. So the first point and the sub points, or you can put it in a tabular way in a table. And most importantly, mind maps. Mind maps are very important when you plan a research. So as a final topic, I'm going to discuss about mind maps today. So now mind maps are very, very important in this. So as a final task for today's session, to plan research, we are going to discuss mind maps. So now you can see a mind map here. So e-commerce, there are many different types payments or things we can discuss: payment, shopping, delivery, encryption when it comes to payments, credit cards, smart cards, fraud, security. We should have to find those things. We should need to do research on these things like shopping, basket, trading, goods, databases, software, like this. We write things on the line from the center. So whatever the things we are going to find out in the center, and in the branches we are writing the whatever the things should need to list. So that is what we call a mind. So when we need to create a mind map, starting the center enables you to spread out all directions, and we should have a piece of paper, and we start from the center and make lines of different thickness. Maybe the main branch is thicker and sub branches narrow. So only one keyword per line, better for sparking new ideas. Place your keyword above your line. Use pictures and or colors also on this. So as I told you, this is what I am going to discuss. Finally, I'll give you an exercise. Whether you got the problem. So can you develop a mind map? I'll give you 5 minutes. Can you make a mind map for fruit? So fruit in the middle and go side by side. So shall we start a mind map? I'll give you 5 minutes. Now my time is what is this? 10:18, 10:23. So shall we draw a mind map for fruits? Different people may have different mind maps ultimately. So within 5 minutes, 5 minutes is not enough to make a mind map, but let's see what is the mind map you can have from this. So start in the center, make lines of different thickness, only the keywords per line, place your keywords above your line and use pictures and colors. So I'll show you one example. So based on that, do it. 10:23. Right. Okay. Now, maybe you have done, or maybe you had with the time, but anyway, we'll see. A mind map for fruit. Different approaches. One approach is different types of fruits and different varieties of apples. Another type, starting with the color, different fruits. Starting with color, different fruits. Another type of mind map, you better compare about your mind map. And another one, height, growth, texture, shape, variety, country, and color. Then it's elaborated hugely. So with this planning of research, you can do a very good research. You have done a good mind map. So anyway, with this, I'm planning to stop for today because if I talk, you may also will feel boring. So, and at the same time, you may have questions. So this is the time for your questions. So I guess you will do a good research for your final year or final project, or maybe research computing. Yes.
So if anyone has any questions regarding today's session, you can use your chat box or else unmute your microphones and speak out the questions to the speaker. So this is your chance to give an idea about today's session, and also please feel to unmute your microphones and give us your feedbacks also.
Thank you, Dilakshi. Well, actually today's session is very valuable to us because we had lots of problems and had no proper idea about it. But today this session has solved our many of those problems because they explain us very clearly how to conduct a research from beginning to end. Now we understand and have a good knowledge about it. Especially as third-year students, we have to face this soon. So sir gave us a lot of knowledge needed for that. So I think definitely this session will be very useful for us when we conduct our research. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the comment. Yes.
I also have a feedback regarding this session, sir. Thank you, Professor Ruvan Abeysekara, for an enlightening and entertaining presentation on the right way to conduct the research from beginning to end. You truly made today full of knowledge for us. You gave deep insight to the topic, and today we've got a lot of information throughout the session. I'm assured that the students who attended today have also get a lot from this session. And so we are grateful for the time and effort you took to share your thoughts and experience on the day like today. And I'm pretty sure this precious knowledge you gave us will definitely help us in our studies and future. And this is a very important session, especially for third-year students like me. And thank you again for your contribution. And I would like to thank all our lecturers and our student committee for making all the arrangement here. And I would end my speak here. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'd like to give a little feedback of today's session. First of all, thank you very much for the professor for giving your vital time for us. And through this session, we gain a lots of knowledge on how to do a research, not for the sake of it, but in a successful manner. So I think all of you, including me, gain a lots of knowledge and on on this research on how to do in a successful manner. So thank you very much for the professor as well as the committee members for giving this opportunity for us to gain our knowledge a lot. Thank you.
Hello, good morning to all of you. I'm Ranvi and I'm a first year student. So first year is where, it's a quick turn from textbook oriented learning system where we have to adapt to the university curriculum, where you're supposed to do 10 lectures and do researches, do assignments. So it's all new for us. So I think this is a great opportunity for us to learn and be confident when you come across to conduct a research in your life. So I believe this webinar certainly made a positive impact for myself and for my fellow colleagues as well, because I was able to discuss the broad subject area with a limited time constraint, providing us with fundamental knowledge about how to conduct a research properly. So further moving on to problems revolve around researchers to ethical considerations in research, covering up to almost all the aspects. So I'm hopeful that this webinar will be benefit us in the coming years. And thank you, sir, for being part of this webinar and sharing your knowledge with us. And also hats off to the organizing committee for organizing this session, and also to the respective individuals for their hard work in making this a success. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone. So we have a kind request from all of you. Could you please turn on your cameras now, just because we want to get the group photo for today's session. Okay, thank you everyone. Now you can switch off your cameras. So now our program has to come to the end. As a Secretary of the Information and Communication Technology Student Association, I would like to thank Professor Ruvan Abeysekara for giving us a large amount of knowledge how to conduct a research as an IT undergraduate. So I think you all can gain much knowledge about today's session. Thank you again, sir, for taking your valuable time from your busy schedule to enlighten our program today. And also, I would like to thank our organizing committee and all the participants who are joining with us today. So thank you very much, everyone, and have a very good day and all the very best. Thank you.
Lakshmi, one small thing.
Yes.
I should have to thank Ms. Mahisha Dushyanta, especially I think she was the person contacting me, and then as a team of organizations, you have done a great job and you have organized very well. And I saw that 100% of the students stayed until the end of the program. So that is a very good sign of good organizing the capability of yourself. So I'll wish you all very best for future, especially for your organization. And at the same time, if you need any help in future, also you can contact me and need to thank Ms. Mahisha also here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So now we are going to wind up our session. Let's meet another session like as today. So thank you everyone and have a good day. Thank you.